Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. I have literally kept y'all waiting for me for about 10 minutes, approximately 10 minutes. Ray wants to know, does anyone know what's happening? No, they don't. If they ain't answer you, they don't know. But I was just waiting for people to come in the room. But it's Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning. It's the morning after Saturday night. Some people might be getting ready for church. Other people might still be in the bed recuperating from last night. Happy Sunday, Sharon. Good morning. Um, and so literally that's what we was waiting on. Happy Sunday to all of y'all in the bushes, to the ones that's listening. You know, like I said, most people still sleeping or, getting ready for church or whatever the case may be. But this commentary, this video, this live stream, um, happy Sunday. Now today is the day. Okay, happy, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Literally, says hello, beautiful. Thank you, and right back at you. But yeah, this live stream, it will be um there for everybody to view. Um, right. Happy Sunday says happy Sunday. it'll be it'll be there for everybody to view. For those who want to catch the replay, which I'm sure some will. Literally. Yes. Um, but I did want to speak to everybody, and it's no better time to talk about something that I want to talk about. Okay, if y'all read the description, or if you even seen the title, the thumbnail, all of that, all of it is grouped up together, and it's about the same thing. Um, I want to start this message off by saying that the power of clarity, okay, and how when you find out or you tell the truth, you know, most times, every time, that'll set you free. That will set you free because, in life, sometimes the most freeing, peaceful feeling that you might get, okay, in the world is truth. When you are honest, when you tell the truth, when you let something go. It's not revenge. No, no, no. It's clarity. When you know the truth about something, a lot of times weight is lifted off of you when you find out the truth. Something that's like maybe it's been eating at you, or, you know, maybe it's something, something been telling you. You know how a lot, we use that cliche, something telling me, or something just keep telling me to do this or do that. Same thing, right? So the pieces, they fit. Okay, when you begin to get clarity, pieces start to fit together, and then you can like see more clearly, and you start to move a little bit more different than what you was moving before, right? So today I want to talk to y'all about what happens when you stop guessing, when you stop wondering, and when you finally see things for what they are. When you finally see things for what they are, when you see things for the truth, I mean, when things just start to come together and you see it more clearly, I want to talk about that. Okay, just I want to talk about that for a little bit. And speaking of clarity, y'all, okay, let's just say that today is Sunday. It's no better time to talk about clarity, because on this morning, Brazzy here got 20/20 vision. Mm-hmm. Okay, because not only do I have the truth about something, okay, I know exactly who did the work. Y'all know the work I'm speaking of? I'm talking about, hey, Marva, good morning. The work I'm speaking of, read the title. That's the work I'm speaking of. Read the description. That's what I'm speaking of, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today, okay? Now, if you've been rocking with me, if you know the backstory, you know what I'm talking about, what we getting ready to talk about, you already know. Just nod your head like, yeah, I know exactly what she talking about. Because if you know, okay? And you know that the commentary, the message that y'all gonna get today, it's not up for debate later. It ain't up for debate. If you hear, you know, some other commentary and it seemed like, they want to piggyback, or they want to take some shots. They want to fire some shots off, just know they lies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know. I've said it before. Anytime Brazzy throw a pebble, that whoop dog that hollers, bam. They ain't doing nothing but literally letting off what we already know. Okay? Literally, they just letting off, and they solidifying what I already know, right? So y'all know, I think that I have figured out Marva says nothing but the truth. Right. Y'all, I done figured out who was behind the false strikes. I done figured out who was behind that so-called cease and desist letter that was sent out. Y'all remember? Yeah. We're not going to forget. Y'all know how I put that picture up, and the text on that picture says, I'm not letting it go. No, 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 no. Because I'm not. I'm not. And y'all know the story, the timeline of how everything went down, when the strikes came, and the questions that we was asking, and everybody was trying to put two and two together. Basically, everybody was speculating, right? Everybody was speculating. Nobody knew for a fact, but people was dropping hints here and there, right? And so today, y'all, as I replay some things in my mind over, as I replay some words that were said in my mind, as I replay some actions in my mind, I'm convinced more than ever. I'm convinced more than ever, y'all, who was behind the work. We talked about this for a long time, and it was swept under the rug. We saw a lot of deflection, so that people could literally take that flag. We don't want nobody. We don't want nobody, coming, shining a light on this, that, and the third. We don't want the truth to come out about this and that. But y'all do know sometimes, okay? Sometimes it might take Brett a little bit. It might take me a little time. It's just kind of like when old girl was uploading, and everybody was saying, no, wait a minute. When you have a channel that's terminated, you're not supposed to upload. And y'all know it took me like a month and a half to come. I said, y'all, hold up. Now, y'all, everybody was saying, how, oh, she ain't supposed to be uploading this, that, and the third. People were saying different stuff, right? So one day I was like, dog, bing, it's like a light bulb went off. I said, y'all, she appealed. That's it. She appealed. And I can't remember word for word, verbatim, But I know I did tell y'all, I was like, and y'all do know, I mean, you hear all the time, it's, I'm a YouTuber and be love my sister and this, that, and third. And I literally was telling y'all, I said, you can just imagine the appeal. You can imagine what she said in the appeal. You can imagine how she tried to use Bethany, that affiliation, used the lies, okay, that people was bullying her, was driving her to take that final jump. Y'all remember I've told y'all all this, okay? Y'all know I make it make sense. All right? I always have and I always will. So my first thing I want to do is I want to start this off with a question, y'all. I want to start this off with a question. You ever wonder? You ever just been sitting back or just ever thought to yourself, who was doing all that work for old girl when it came to ending me? When it came to the end zone? It was no longer the friend zone. It was the end zone. Oh, I feel good. Yeah, I'm rubbing it in. I wouldn't be me if I didn't do this and that. Y'all remember that? Video after video after video. All the videos was nothing but rubbing it in, boasting, talking about how she felt good. And y'all remember I did a video and I was saying, I titled that video, When the Boasting Becomes Evidence. Y'all remember I let her know, I said, you just tripped over that old shovel that, you trying to dig a hole for me. But you just tripped on your own shovel. After I told her about that video and the stuff she said in that video, do y'all know she went and deleted the video? Y'all remember? She deleted it. So, so, do we, What's the quote for the, it ain't a quote, honey. Marvin said, I remember. So, y'all, based on the fact, okay? Now, let me just start off by saying this, y'all. I'm going to literally say this now because I literally had to walk through this swamp of old doo-doo, okay? So, I'm going to put my personal disclaimer out my mouth. This video, this live stream, I'm coming to y'all with facts, things that was said out of people's mouth, okay? Things that was put up on in this sector for other people to see, okay? What I am saying, even though it was said out somebody's mouth, it's commentary, okay? It's commentary that's meant to educate, that's meant to report, that's meant to take what y'all hear, okay? And you can say it's my opinion, but y'all already know my opinion is going to come factual, okay? Period. I'm going to base my opinion on what literally happened, all right? So, boom. You heard it out my mouth, but even in the description, okay, the description, you'll be able to read a more formal copyright disclaimer. Okay, for all those of y'all that out there that like to go and report and do the strikes, put in false strikes, this, that, and the third. If you know, you know who you are. So anyway, y'all, based on the fact that whoever was doing the work, they targeted me. They targeted me for absolutely, and I say absolutely in all caps. They targeted me for absolutely nothing, for no reason. Now, this was when I was call myself standing up for them, call myself taking up for them. Y'all remember this is another fact. They literally threatened to dig up some things on me. And And I had to clap back and say, go right ahead, because I don't look in the rearview mirror for shit. Okay? I don't look in the rearview mirror for nothing, because the past is just what it is, the past. Now go ahead and dig. Okay? Period. That happened. That came out their mouth and it came out mine. But y'all follow the story, all right? Follow the story. So I'm more prone to lean that way. I'm more prone to lean that way. I mean, at this time, I subbed. I gave my full support. I watched, okay? But when I cussed Copper Top out for threatening, for belittling women, y'all know a certain channel, okay? I'm going to just say weird, the weird channel, since that's what old Natural used to call them. They fired shots at me the very next day. The very next day. I'm talking about, they was talking about my commentary. Oh, she thinks she know everything, this, that, and the third, da-da-da-da-da. And literally, I was like, oh, well, I never said I knew everything. But being that you said that I think I know everything, that's how you really feel. That's how you really feel that way. It's kind of like, Four Eyes when she said I wasn't the creme de la creme. Bitch, you feel like I'm the creme de la creme. That's why you said it. Okay? So it's equivalent to that. But they had my picture on their wall. Okay? It's kind of like the PR I was telling y'all about. Natural, how she was like my PR. She was my marketing team and didn't even know it. It was just her jealousy. Her jealousy was causing her to literally work in my favor. Okay? And it's the same thing about the weird channel. Okay? Now, they was interns, y'all. They was my interns and they didn't even know it. Okay? So I had to question their motive. I had to question their motive. You know, I mean, they went hard, like real hard, when old girl was with Copper. They was going hard. Y'all remember? Like, they said they knew him. They knew things about him. Remember they made the video, somehow they was, government officials and this, that, and the third, but it kind of left everybody like with question marks and rubbing their temples, scratching their temples, and everybody was speculating and trying to put two and two together. And I was like, what? Wait a minute, hold up. Okay. So the day when um he was on the couch. Let me say that. Let's start there. Y'all remember the day when Copper was on the couch beside an old girl was sitting beside him? And he was going in. Yeah, he was going in. He was threatening women. Okay, he was saying what he was going to do and this, that, and the third. And it was kind of, it would make any woman livid. Okay, it would make any woman livid. And it did make me livid. Y'all already know. And so I already had went live that morning. But after I seen that, I had to go live again. Okay, that was my choice. I went live again. And so I went live and I was telling him off. I mean, I literally ripped him a new one, okay? And it was I think about 17 minutes long. But what I was doing was standing up for the baby mama, okay? Because y'all know that was a supposed alleged, piece of information that was out here on these streets. And everybody was like, well, obviously they talking like, they saying they know him and the things that they were saying. And like one of them was the baby mama. This is what people literally was thinking and people was telling me. And everybody, like I said, everybody was speculating and things like that, right? So after I went live, they went live. No. After I went live, they put up videos, right? I mean, and then another one, and then they was on a tirade. Okay, they was on a tirade. They was talking about my commentary. They call themselves ratting. I mean, I was like, what? What the hell is what is going on? Like, why is they doing all of that when what I was talking about was going literally on their side? You know what I'm saying? Because I thought we had the same like goal in mind. I thought we women here. I mean, we women supposed to stick together, right? Okay. And so I'm thinking like we spreading awareness, right? Or is it just Brazzy that's spreading the awareness? Is it just Brazzy's commentary that's got you really mad? So it just did not make sense. And that too, that video of me talking to him, y'all, I did private that video. I took that video down. In fact, I took it down um, after I seen the tirade that they was doing over there on that weird ass channel. Okay. Um, and so I just privated the video and I unsubbed. Okay, I unsubbed. I was like, nah, ain't no way. I mean, because people were saying like, I agree with you, Brazzy. You know, people was literally telling me like, yeah, you right. That does not make any sense, you know, because who would do that? I mean, period. Women tend to stand up for each other. That's just what women do. They tend to come together. They you know how even if it's with a baby or a child, women will. There is some female animals that do that. You know, I don't know if y'all seen it on TV. Like a lion, she might take a baby cub, okay, and literally adopt that child and make it one of her own. Women do the same thing. That's just how women are, right? And so I could not understand, like, we don't got no beef because I don't even know this channel. They don't know me, but obviously it was clear as day. It was clear as water that they be in the bushes. They know what my commentary is about. They know how I spit my commentary. They already know the positive, okay, feedback that I get. They already know what level I'm on, whatever. And they too, you know, it seemed like, to me, if you break it all down, it seemed like they just wanted the spotlight. Because if you put two and two together, right, it don't make sense. If you think back to then, and you put two and two together and you just think about things and think how things was done, it just does not seem right. And at the end of the day, it will make you say, oh yeah, strike me like it's them. It will make you say that, okay? And so now, y'all, I see what Natural was talking about. That day before she left, okay, when after she received that strike, and she was like, well, she was trying to explain that, but she could not put her finger on it. And so it really didn't come out in a way in which everybody would understand it, right? So she was like, how you give your information to them and you done befriended them and she was just trying to explain the strikes and why old girl ain't put none in on that channel. She was trying to say why did she receive the strike, right? She left out me, of course. You know she's gonna leave out the fact that I received the strikes. But if you question now, okay, I received 4 false strikes. She received her 1 strike, right? But why that channel didn't receive any strikes? That's what she was saying that day. Why they didn't receive and strike, no warning, no nothing, let alone a strike. Okay, that's what she was saying. She was saying that old girl literally befriended them. Don't know who she was befriending. She did not know. She was literally on point, and that's if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So they literally was trying to get the spotlight. See, they are the culprits in the background. And I don't know if any of y'all have been here before, but One time, I literally, I was like, mm, I had said something about that a while back, and I said, "Oh, they named have been in other stuff." I said the person that's behind that channel, cause don't nobody know them, don't nobody know how they look. Okay, all they've seen is pictures of some girls' big behinds that they done pulled off a doggone Google somewhere, Instagram somewhere, and putting it up, all kind of stuff. Nobody don't know how they look, right? But if you that ashamed, if you that ashamed, you won't tell your people anything about you, how you look, where you live, what your name is, anything. If you that ashamed, I mean, it's just no validity and it's no credibility in what you say, period, point blank. Okay? So putting putting two and two together, now I understand what natural was trying to explain that day. And it do make sense. It do make sense. Because if y'all think about it, somebody befriended her. Oh girl don't have a support system. Oh girl don't have a circle. Okay? So, you know, when she was making the videos and oh, I feel good today. I got me some good news. The news was the strikes. Those days that she would come and say something, she got some good news, it was them that was telling her, yep, we through. We done put in another strike. Y'all do know in the month of June, that's when the four strikes, I got all four strikes in that month. Okay? Period. She trusted them, y'all. Okay? I'm talking about they probably was talking big shit about me. And of course, that's what she want to hear. Okay? That's right up her alley. She wanted to hear that. All right? Period, point blank. Then you put two and two together. But at the end of the day, God stepped in. Y'all know what happened. Okay? He fought that entire battle for me. Walked me through the fighting back process and everything. I mean, literally. Shout out to YouTube. Okay? Shout out to my big guy. All right. For literally, you know how I told y'all, I mean, when you have bad intentions and you trying to dig a hole because of your jealousy and because of your hatred, you got something, bad set out in your mind towards a certain person, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to blow up in your damn face. And literally, that's what happened. Except for it only happened to old girl. See, old girl, okay, for her to be this guru and legend, she didn't know, honey, they just used you. They used you. They played you, okay? That, honey, them boots on the ground and them fans and all that you be popping. Baby, that's what they was doing to you, okay? Everybody else was sitting back looking. Me especially, I was in the cut. I was over there at the chess table. While you still over there playing Uno, okay, playing Connect 4, don't know that they playing you while at the same time, the main culprit was me, boo. The main focus was not you. The main focus was me. The main focus wasn't anybody else. The main focus was turning that light off of, let's get the light off of Bradsy. Let's take that. Let's take that. Let's take that down so we can step in. Okay? No, because it's some people out here that's like that. Some people is so jealous hearted. They want what you got. We covered that yesterday, y'all, when we talked about the 7 deadliest sins, when we broke those down and we talked about each of them, envy being one of them, okay? Envying another person, wanting what they got, talking down on them, praying on their downfall, all of that, okay? All of that, period. And that's what was happening in this case. The only thing, old girl didn't know. Girl, they was using you. Y'all know how she gone now. She would say, and other people say, honey, because we know you're not that smart. You're not that smart to even put in no strikes against nobody. You just say it. You just say it. So why y'all, after all that time and all them threats, why would it come, right? Why would it come? You would think if you've been waiting all this time to do it, right? And it's been so long, you would think that when you finally do it, it's gonna go through. Then you do it again, it's gonna go through. Then you do it again, it's gonna go through. Then you do it again, it's gonna go through. I got Four strikes, y'all, and not one of them stuck. That tells you a lot. Okay, like I said, just think about it. That channel ain't never received a warning, let alone a strike. And I'm just saying. And another thing, they ain't never spoke on filing a false strike either. I'm just saying. They ain't even never spoke on it, right? So, it's just a lot of things um for you to look at, okay? Then, because we all know that to prevent receiving a strike, the rules, y'all, the rules is simple. You just don't play somebody else's content, okay? Don't play somebody else's voice. Don't show their face, okay? Simple. It don't get any simpler than that, right? It don't get any simpler than that. Do it. Now, y'all, dot, dot, dot. Y'all think about it. Dot, dot, dot. I'm just saying. Myself, okay? Um, this is not a channel audit. Right now, my commentary, my message to y'all is I'm not doing a channel audit or anything, because for me and my channel, I was vindicated. I'm grateful about that. But it's a shame. It is a shame to be that jealous of somebody else, where just because you don't like their commentary, or you feel like, no, I've been out here longer, so I know I should be, I should be in top, whatever you think, whatever, people be jealous out here, however they might think, whatever, okay? So don't, it's like, I'm not talking about a particular person, okay? But I am talking about particular women, because it is these kinds of women out here, okay? It's these kinds of people out here. Hell, I was just talking about the dude right here on YouTube that unalived the couple right here on YouTube, okay? Because he was jealous. Their feud, their beef, going back and forth, jealous. And so what did the envy and the hatred, what did it lead to? It led to unaliving somebody, right? Okay? So my thing is, like, you got spirits out here going, wow. I'm talking about they jumping in people. They clenching tight. I mean, they like ticks. Period. They like ticks. All they doing is mind fucking people, y'all. That's it. Excuse my French, but they is mind effing people bad. They making people turn on their mama. They making people fight their grandma. I'm just saying, y'all see it. Social media is a takeover. Social media is now a takeover. And the best thing to do about that takeover, is to stay prayed up. Okay? Because one thing for certain and two things for sure. When you pray for revelation, it will be granted. Okay? He gonna show you things that you ask for, things that you're literally talking about with him. You ask for it and he's gonna give it. Okay? And so with me and what was going on, I have to repeat it. I was vindicated. And I'm grateful for that. I'm forever grateful for that. I'm grateful that my big God steps in and fights battles that I can't fight, okay? That I don't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to fight, like, period. Why should I have to fight them? When first of all, they people jealous, and so they'll spew out lies and whatever else they do. It is what it is, okay? So like I said, I'm grateful for that, period. All right. But this commentary, y'all, like, for real, this message that I'm sending y'all, I just was thinking about something, and I just wanted to bring it through. I wanted to bring it to the forefront, okay? Because I already know that there's some people out there like, yeah, I'm just saying what lots of people thinking, done been thinking. I mean, everybody know, you know. But at the end of the day, it might get you there, but it's not going to keep you there. And this is the same thing to go for old girl. Okay? The little 1K, 2K, whatever it is, honey, eat now. Okay? Eat now. I'm just saying it might get you there, but it's definitely not going to keep you there. So this is Sunday, y'all. I want y'all to enjoy y'all Sunday. Okay? Um, if you need to, rewind this. Watch it again if you need to so that you'll get a good understanding, okay? So you'll get a good understanding. And if I need to, we'll talk about it again. Okay, we'll talk about it again for anybody that's still confused or for anybody that really don't know what went on. Yeah, we could back it up and talk about it again if you need me to go into it, okay? But yeah, it is what it is. That everything that I've said so far, it is the truth. Thank y'all for listening, and I'll be back with part 2.